Hi, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of Questions with Candis. I'm so excited to kick this off with you. This series is all about asking questions that so many of us think about, but we don't always get to unpack. It's around leadership, confidence, and showing up as our best selves. So let's dive right into today's conversation. Coach Candis, how are you today?
I'm doing well, and how are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. So, we're going to go into our first question that someone has asked. And the first question is, how did you personally overcome moments of self-doubt, even when you knew you weren't qualified, but didn't always feel seen as a leader?
That's a great question. So, self-doubt, I think it really comes from just your mindset.
Mhm.
Um, and you said in that question when you think you're not qualified. So it goes back to what makes you think that you're not qualified?
Mhm.
Where does that come from? So for me, I start with that. I have to start believing in myself. Because if I don't believe in myself, who will? If I don't think I'm not qualified, who will think I'm qualified? So the first thing first is that you got to believe in yourself. You got to know that you're equipped for the job, that you have all the tools to do what you're called to do. Because if you don't start believing and advocating for yourself, no one will.
Mhm.
And that's where the cause of the doubt sets in. For me, that's where I start. I start with affirming myself, affirming my skills, affirming my collective experience, and knowing that I'm equipped to do the job. And if I'm not, where I fall short, I know and I'm self confident to know that I have what it takes to equip myself. I know where I need to develop myself. I take time to reflect and build up my own development plan and share that with the people that I trust to hold me accountable. So, one, I would say is that you need to be introspective enough to know where you need to develop, but you also need to know where your strengths are. So, you can be the one to advocate for yourself. So, no one can tell you if you're qualified or underqualified or overqualified because you know yourself better than anyone else. And you can advocate for yourself and be able to articulate what your strengths are, what your skills are, and what you've been able to deliver and the impact you've made in any organization you've been with. So if anyone comes and tells you that you're not skilled or you're not qualified for the job, you should be able to clearly articulate what you've been able to do and the impact you've been able to make, and even tell them where your development plans are and what you're going to do or what you are doing around your development plans in terms of courses and things that you're taking and the roadmap you've built for yourself. Another thing that I do is that I have my little affirmations that I say on a daily basis to reaffirm who I am and whose I am. Because I know that I'm a child of God. I belong to Him and I am Him, and He's in me. So everything that He's given me is equipped me to do the job I'm called to do. And it's through Him that I'm able to do everything that I've done in my career. So with that, I move forward in confidence, knowing that I'm the person that He's called me to be. And through Him, He's allowed me the skills, the gifts, and no one can take that away from me. And I remind myself of that on a daily basis through my affirmations. I read my affirmations on a daily basis. I surround myself with them. Now, even when I fall short and those doubts sometimes set in, I can go back to those cards that I have all the time and I read them out to myself because I then know who I am and I ground myself in those affirmations.
Wow. Thank you for that, because we all carry those moments of, am I enough? So, this is very helpful. So, next question is on personal branding on that topic. So, what role does personal branding really play in being promoted or recognized, especially for women working in male dominated or traditional industries?
Personal branding is key. I say it's the impact, the emotional impact that you leave on a person or persons. It's like, think of the person that you've met and you've probably encountered them once in a setting, a room, a meeting, a conference, but you remember them months later. You don't know why, but you know something they said, something they did made a lasting impression with you. You may not even remember their name, but you remember something they did. You remember them, that if you encounter them again, you will know and recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
They left their brand with you.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's what personal branding is. What is that emotional impact you want to make with someone? It's how you show up, how you speak. What is the impression and impact you want to leave on everyone you encounter, the energy you bring? So that's the personal brand. And for me, it doesn't matter whether you're in a male dominated, female dominated industry. It's how you want to show up each and every day, what impact you want to make. What do you want to be known for? What legacy do you want to leave? That's to me is your personal brand. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be recognized for? What difference do you want to make with every person you encounter? Some people don't think about that when it comes to their brand. There's only one you, there's only one me. And when I think of my name, I want to be known for having an impact, for making a difference in someone's life, for knowing that when I leave an organization, I leave it better than where I left it. When I meet someone, I hope to make them their day better than how their day started. In some way, big, small, just even by a small word. So when you think of your brand, it doesn't have to be this massive thing. I just think of my brand because I want to be a better person each and every day and make a change in someone's life,
Mm-hmm.
in each and every person I encounter, and be a better version of myself by doing that. And in doing that, I hope to change the people around me and by doing good in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's my brand, I hope to then make a difference. So I think people should think about what their brand is. It's not about being in a male dominated world or female dominated world or whatever industry you're in. What is your legacy? What is the impact you want to make? What do you want to be remembered for? If that's the brand, then think about that when you get up in the morning, with a person that you encounter every day, with when you walk into your job and you walk into the building and you meet someone and you pass them by. What can you say? That hello, how are you doing? Or you just pass them by. That's like hello or thank you or you look beautiful. Might make their day. They may be having a rough morning, but can just turn the tide for someone.
Mm-hmm.
That alone is a personal brand. It's not about this massive delivery. It's the smaller things that can make a big difference. And all those elements come with personal branding.
Mm. Wow, I love that. Wow. So, and the final question, we're going to get very practical. We all know that confidence for some people doesn't come very natural. And sometimes it feels like we're stepping into places where we don't feel 100% ready to, like, bloom and be our bold, self. So, what are some real everyday ways that we can start showing up with confidence even when we're still building it on the inside?
So the biggest thing I would say is that you're probably never truly ready to step out. So the biggest part of being confident is knowing that just do it. Even when you're nervous, even when you may feel scared, and you don't want to do it and you want to run into the other room, or you just don't want to even show up for work that day because you have this big meeting, or you want to have to get up and speak in front of this massive crowd. You want to throw up before you even get on stage, or whatever the situation may be. You may not be fully confident to tackle the task at hand. But the first thing is stepping out and doing it. Because once you get past that first few seconds and that nervousness goes away, and you realize, I got this. The rhythm flows. And one of the things that I've learned is that nervousness and anxiety is it's the same emotion. It's the same feeling and chemistry that flows from the brain, right? That fuels that same emotion and anxiety and feeling that we have. So it's what we tell ourselves. Am I confident, or am I really nervous or anxious? Or what is it that's making me feel this way? And maybe it might be the true fact that I'm just not ready. If I'm just not ready because I'm not prepared, then maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I should have that honest conversation with myself and not put myself in a position where I'm not up for the task because I'm not prepared. And I didn't do the things necessary to allow me to be in a position to take the task on at hand. And if that's the case, that's an honest conversation that you need to have with yourself.
Mhm.
But if you've done all the right steps to know that you can deliver the task at hand, step forward, step into it. Don't do paralysis by analysis and think you got to dot every I and cross every T to get it done. Just do it, because you're going to get past those first few moments and those butterflies will go away and you will be who you are and your light will shine. Just make sure you're prepared, and preparation is key.
Mhm.
So make sure that you're doing the homework, whether you're making sure you do your notes, you practice beforehand, so that when you get into that setting, you're as comfortable as you could be and get past that first few seconds or minute, and then smooth sailing. That's what I would say, because your authentic self will shine once you get past the nerves, once you get past that initial few moments. But preparation is key. If you're not prepared and you're not ready, don't do it. So just have that honest conversation with yourself. Because if you're really prepared, you will be confident, and your authentic self will shine through.
Wow. Thank you for that. What a powerful way to kick off this series. Well, that's a wrap on part one of our very first episode of Questions with Candis. Thank you so much, Coach Candis, for
Thank
sharing
you so much.
and just being here to, give us some great things. I hope that everyone is walking away with not just inspiration, but also some practical steps that we can all try out this week. And this is just the beginning. So I hope everyone is subscribed, because part two will keep building on this conversation and continue to dive deeper. So,
Yes, please subscribe and leave your comments below.
yes, thank you.
Thank you.